Hey guys, welcome to Count Genor. So he's the last boss of Act 1 and he can be a bit challenging just because he has multiple forms and does require you to have reasonable single target damage as well as being able to deal with crowds. In his human form, his main type of attack is swinging the sword 4 times, doing that piercing attack in front of him, or he will make a lunge at you, which you can avoid. The trick here is if he misses you with the lunge, he will swing the sword backwards, covering almost half the map, and it does a lot of damage. So once you've successfully avoided the charge, make sure you still stay away or get ready to dodge roll that swing backwards. At some point he's going to stab the sword into the ground and turn into a wolf. One of the killing moves is he'll disappear after howling. A red circle appears below you and he will drop right on top. It does a massive amount of damage and you have to avoid it. He can also summon blood on the ground and do one of two things. If the blood appears around him, he summons extra werewolves. If the blood goes straight in a line, he's going to charge that way, but the markings on the ground will also shoot out to the side, so it's best to avoid that area completely. Sometimes it's hard to dodge the drop as you are either slowed or surrounded. If you have a decent amount of HP, you'll survive, just make sure to heal up after it. At about 50%, he's going to turn into a wolf. First thing he usually does is this frontal AoE, and then he will summon these beams of light, which you need to dodge, otherwise they will do some damage and freeze you. If he stabs the sword into the ground, he's going to summon patches of ice. You just need to either stand far away enough or pick a spot in between them. The most difficult mechanic is probably when he howls and retreats into fog. He's going to spawn some extra werewolves to attack you, and then he himself will come out of the fog periodically to jump on you and do some damage. The trick here is, while either killing or running away from the mobs, you need to listen to when he talks to you, and he usually jumps at you about 1 second after he finishes talking. Don't do what I've done here and get cornered by mobs. That's usually how you die. So going into the fight, you need to be able to figure out how you're going to deal with about 6 to 8 werewolves running at you. After that, it's mostly rinse and repeat until you get to the final phase. His attack pattern might change, and he also retains his disappearing move from the first phase. This light mechanic is a bit annoying, but there is a trick to it. Usually you can dodge it by counting to 2. It usually takes about 2 seconds from when the light appear to when they strike. When he does the move to freeze the ground, if you're ranged, you can still do decent damage to him. Me being quite new and being a melee class, couldn't really do much. So here, if you move out of the way and count to 2 and then move again, usually you can safely dodge all the hits. Now fast forward a little bit to when he's about 25%, he's going to start mixing these red beams of light to some of his mechanics. So when he freezes the ground or when he does the frontal AoE, he's going to summon this red light from the ground, which will do a little bit of damage, so don't focus too much on them and still keep watching for his main mechanics. If you have stun built up, this will be the best time to use it, as he can wear down your HP quite quickly. And that's it. More PoE2 content in my channel.